God, my hair is driving me crazy. Hello, my fam. Hi, come in. I am Perez, that dude, the queen of all media, the original influencer, and we go live here on YouTube every weekday. I've got to fix my hair. I've got to fix my hair. Let's fix my hair. I'm crazy. But you know what? I can't do it. I didn't go through the effort of taking a shower today and then do a show with hair, and I'm not happy with how it looks. Anyways, it'll just be seconds extra. Okay. Okay, I think that's better. That's better. Okay. I don't need a moderator, Cat Jill. Why? Nobody's been saying anything bad or anything, and that's okay. I appreciate all comments, even hate comments. Okay. I can't wear my hair like this anymore. It's still triggering my OCD. I guess it's fine. Okay. Jane did. I don't mind. All right. I am going to switch this to member-only mode, as I do every day, as a way to really thank and appreciate the members of this channel. All folks who watch are welcome, so please stick around. And if you want to chat live with me, become a member, okay? Holy heck, my live streams have been doing pretty well the last few days. Thank you to everybody that's tuned in. All right, let's switch this to member-only mode. Gotta keep that up. Absolutely, Joe. No shame in my game, babe. I wish I could pin that comment. There, I can actually. I'm here working. Like, I'm the most honest person. This right here, this is not a hobby. This is my job. And I think I'm pretty good at it. And if you are watching, that is one way to support. And if you want to chat live with me, that's another way that you can support and chat live with me. And you get a little badge like Lakeisha and Kyle and Max and Dawn. I would appreciate it, but you don't have to. Everybody is welcome. And everybody can comment as soon as the live stream is over, okay? Oh my God. Well, actually, the hair's better now. Oh my God. I think it's because the sides are a little... The sides are a little like growing out, and it's better now. It's better. You guys. I treated myself. You want to see? Not a plug. I wish it was. We have a lot to talk about today. Holy hell. But first, a little round of applause to Robert Irwin, Steve Irwin's son, continues to delight on Dancing with the Stars. That young man is such a cutie patootie, as Rosie O'Donnell used to say. Remember that? It is time for a haircut, but that takes time. I'm not mad at it. Oh, maybe if I, oh, that's kind of cute if I do like a little part. That's a look. I kind of like that. Okay, that's much better. That's a vibe. Okay, oh, that's cute. Okay, now there we go. There we go. Yes. Okay. Robert Irwin did the tango last night. I didn't love the choreography per se, but I just loved his commitment. I loved he's just got that it factor. And oh God. I hope this does not come across the wrong way, Gen Q. Hey Ferguson. His sister Bindi is lovely, a lovely young lady. But there's something about Robert that just, he sparkles in a way that he's got that charisma that, Bindi's lovely and sweet, but Robert Irwin just, I don't know what it is. And don't get it twisted. There's nothing, I'm not being creepy here. I did not watch a single other performance. That's the only one that came across my feed. But you know what I did watch, ladies and gentlemen? We're going to talk about Kimmel twice today. We're going to talk. I love this. I've really been trying to figure out how to hack my live streams, and I've kind of figured it out. You need to tease what's coming up, and you need to have juicy topics throughout. So, we're talking about Jimmy Kimmel twice today. At the beginning, we're talking about Jimmy Kimmel's comeback last night, and then later, some very interesting choice words from Roseanne Barr about Kimmel and ABC and their decision to bring him back. As many of you know, she was fired by the network a few years ago. Well, more than a few years ago now, like 7+ years ago. But first, I want to share my thoughts on the very long monologue. God, it was close to 30 minutes. Like, it was like 28 minutes long. And I did an interview which aired this morning on Good Morning Britain. And I was mostly wrong. I made some predictions. I predicted that Jimmy Kimmel was going to apologize, and he did not. I predicted that Jimmy Kimmel was going to tone down the politics of it all, and he did not. I did also predict that Jimmy Kimmel would use his opportunity in the first show back to do what many believe Donald Trump should have done at Charlie Kirk's memorial, which is try to unify America. And I think Kimmel did that. And I understand why he did not apologize, because he's not sorry. And I love that. And my favorite part about what he said, I think, was when he acknowledged that nothing he could say, he did not apologize. Where did he apologize? I must have missed that. He talked about understanding how people could misunderstand. He talked about seeing how people could misunderstand what he said, but he did not apologize. He did not say the words, "I'm sorry, I apologize." Sorry and apologize were not mentioned by him last night. And I respect that because he said, nothing that I can say will change the minds of people that don't like him. And you know what? I agree. But it also makes me sad. It makes me sad that so many people are so set in their ways, and so many people are just going through life without an open mind. Like, not to toot my own horn, but the older I get, I really believe that I'm more understanding, more compassionate. I mean, I'm still myself in a lot of ways. Like, if anybody said in the comments recently or ever, oh, I'm going to have to unfollow you if you talk about politics again, I say unfollow. Like, you know, like why should we not talk about politics? Why should we not have constructive conversations? Like genuinely, I love Meghan McCain. She's my favorite conservative, but also Meghan McCain is a lot like me. I feel like Meghan McCain is a centrist who calls herself a Republican, but if there was another party that aligned more with her beliefs, then she'd probably be that. Like, I wish there was another party that more aligned with my beliefs. Like, I'm socially liberal, fiscally conservative. You know, I don't, but I also believe in like getting things done. I don't want like pie in the sky stuff. But then on the other hand, on some things, I am very liberal. Like, you know, why is it that, and actually this got into my mind because of that guy that's running for mayor in New York City, public transportation. Shouldn't public transportation be free? People would use it a lot more. Just tax the businesses. I don't know. Or not, I guess. I haven't really thought it through. I'm thinking it through now. Anyways, education definitely needs to be free. There should be, you know what? We need to prioritize, Melissa. Good point. Before free public transportation, free education. Let's go there. Oh, I love that, Kyle. Anyways, I loved Kimmel's return. I loved how I think he wrote it all himself, probably. I felt that way. You know, he got very emotional at many points. I would say it was a little too long, to be honest. Like, it could have been 15 minutes long, not 28 minutes long. But I'm glad he's back on the air, and it happened so quickly. I don't even like Jimmy Kimmel. Like, his humor is not my humor. He's not somebody that I would go, like, I actually do like Fallon's show the best. It's the most creative. You know, like Fallon has really good producers and they have all those fun segments like putting the hand in the box or the subway gimmick, or the jukebox karaoke. Like, Kimmel and his producers have really created some pretty iconic segments. Fallon and his producers. Kimmel has not done that. So We will talk more Jimmy Kimmel in a little bit, but first, oh my God, you guys, we are this close to the new Wicked movie coming out. And the trailer for Wicked for Good, the final trailer was just released. Have you guys seen it? And did you hear Wicked for Good has not just one, but two new songs? I'm a little worried because I know that Cynthia Erivo helped Steven Schwartz write her song. I'm guessing that Ariana helped write her song as well. I mean, I guess, I don't know. Ariana's co-written some bops. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for the press tour. I'm holding space for it. Oh my God, this was drama. Apple, God, it's weird. We're living in an age of fear. Everybody's afraid. Scary, scary times. Everybody's afraid of everything. This new TV show. What the fudge just happened there? This TV show with Jessica Chastain called The Savant was supposed to premiere in 3 days, and Apple just shelved it. Jessica Chastain took to her social media to say she does not agree with Apple's decision to shelve it, put it on an indefinite pause. It's a show about this woman who interferes in hate groups. Let me look up what she said. So, okay. She plays an undercover investigator who infiltrates online hate groups to prevent domestic extremism. That's a word, extremism. She says that while she values her partnership with Apple and deeply respects their team, she does not agree with delaying the series. Quote, in the last 5 years, since we've been making the show, wait, has the show been on for multiple seasons? I've never heard of this show. The Savant. Oh no, it's the first season, okay. But they've been working on it for a while. So, she says, Jessica Chastain, in the last 5 years since we've been making the show, we've seen an unfortunate amount of violence in the United States. The kidnapping attempt on Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer, the January 6th attack on the Capitol, the assassination attempts on President Trump, the political assassinations of Democratic representatives in Minnesota, the attack on Speaker Pelosi's husband, the assassination of conservative commentator Charlie Kirk, the recent shooting at an ABC affiliate station in California, and over 300 school shootings across this country. These incidents, though far from encompassing the full range of violence witnessed in the United States, illustrate a broader mindset that crosses the political spectrum and must be confronted. I've never shied away from difficult subjects, and while I wish this show wasn't so relevant, unfortunately, it is. Bummer. But everybody's afraid. Everybody's afraid of controversy. Everybody's afraid of people canceling their Apple TV subscriptions or not buying Apple products or this. I'm not afraid because I've been canceled so many times already. Like, I'm a human. I've made a ton of mistakes and I still make mistakes. A lot of people criticized me yesterday for my thoughts with regards to James Van Der Beek. They said that it was disgusting and all this. And you know what? They're entitled to their opinion. And I was just sharing mine in real time, live, unscripted, not coming from a place of malice. I do believe that intention is important. My intention was not to be cruel or dismissive or hurt anybody that might be going on their own cancer journey right now. My response was selfish. It was me thinking about myself in that situation. It was absolutely selfish. It was my lens, my filter, my opinion on what I saw and how that made me feel and talking about it on my show. And I'm not mad at the people that were mad at me. I get it. Like a couple of the people, and this made me sad. A couple of the people who left comments on that video yesterday are people that are going through cancer themselves. I specifically said it's his choice to present himself that way. I don't think I would, but I literally said that's his choice, you know, like, anyways, I'm sure that we will see the savant sooner than later, hopefully. You're curious what my thoughts are on the Tylenol and autism spectrum debate. I don't freaking know. I think there's been a rise in autism because there's just more screening, more knowledge, more discussion about it. Like, I'm pretty sure autism or, you know, learning delays or developmental delay or whatever it's called, like issues like this have been around forever. But I don't know. Like before, you might have just. I don't think autism is a bad thing. I think early intervention, knowing that, you know, your child has something that could need extra support, and giving that extra support at a young age is a good thing. I do worry or think that, I don't know, like a lot of the chatter around this comes from a place of, I just let out a big spit. Holy. A lot of the chatter around the autism conversation comes from a place of shame, maybe, or anger. I don't know. It could be environmental causes. It could. I don't freaking know. I'm not a doctor, so I don't know. I don't know. But you do whatever you think is right for you. I vaccinated my kids. Although, you know, an interesting conversation. Should schools make vaccinations mandatory? Because they do, right? At least here in Nevada and in California, vaccinations are mandatory. Should we change that and just have it be like a personal decision? Like if your kids are vaccinated for, I don't know, polio, tuberculosis, all of those things, then they're not going to get sick, right? Right? I don't know, because if you got the COVID vaccine, they should have never called it the COVID vaccine, though. That's the problem. If you got the COVID shot, you could still get COVID. You know, that's why they don't call it the flu vaccine. You get the flu shot, you could still get the flu, but it'll just be not as severe. I don't think schools need to require it personally, but you don't have to agree with me. Like I said, I vaccinated my kids, but I'm also for bodily autonomy. You know, like my thoughts on all of that stuff during the pandemic have also evolved. During the pandemic, I was like, oh my God, you have to wear your masks. But now I'm like, I don't care. I'll wear my mask. And you don't have to wear yours. But forcing people to wear masks, I don't know if there was another pandemic. Oh God. Here's the biggest takeaway that I learned from the last pandemic. When the next one happens, people are going to sell their homes and move right away. If they're not in a city or state, in a state that aligns with their beliefs around those issues. Like, if there's another pandemic, everybody's going to move to Florida and maybe Texas as well, but definitely Florida. Florida did not shut down at all. And I don't think we should. You know, like, operate at your own risk. Wear a mask. Don't wear a mask. Get a shot. Don't get a shot. I got multiple COVID shots. But I don't want to be shutting down and all that jazz. I think Nevada is going to be fairly Florida-like with regards to that. We'll see. Anyways, let's keep it moving. Oh my God, so funny. Mariah Carey's Gen Q, where do you live? I don't think Florida shut down at all. I don't think at all. I remember watching videos of people celebrating spring break in Florida after everything had already shut down in California. I don't think Florida shut down at all. Let me do a quick Google search. Did Florida shut down for any period of time during the COVID pandemic? Let's see. I could be wrong. They didn't lock down. They didn't lock down, but there was a suggestion. Be safer at home. It was a suggestion. And restaurants, bars, and nightclubs closed for a little bit, but not very long. They closed for about 2 months. Okay, all right. So I was wrong. All right. Anyways, Mariah Carey was giving a new interview promoting her upcoming album that's coming out and was interviewed by Gayle King. And Gayle asked Mariah about co-parenting with Nick Cannon. Where will I go if the hospital is full of dying people? That was happening everywhere, Janet. That was happening in all the states. It was happening in New York and California, which were very strict lockdown places, not just Florida. So, I don't know. I don't have the answers. I'm not a politician, nor do I have any desire to be. All right. Mariah Carey was asked about, that's why you quarantine. I'm against quarantine. I'm not afraid to say that. No, the people who feel that they are at risk or whatever, they should quarantine. That might be a hot take, but I believe that. I did what I needed to do. I got my COVID shots. I also, why do you want me to blow my nose? I got my COVID shots. I would wear my mask. But no, I'm not for the quarantining thing anymore. Personally, if we were to have another pandemic, depends what it is. I don't know. This one was pretty crazy. Anyways, Mariah was asked about co-parenting with Nick Cannon, and she said the following. I kind of feel like it's best if I don't talk about him because he can just be in his own world. I have a booger? I don't see it. Where? That's hair. Is that a booger? No, that's hair. Nothing came out. I should trim my nose hair. No, that is hair. Anyways, it happens. Anyways, Mariah. Is Nick Cannon the bad? I kind of feel like it's best if I don't talk about him because he can just be in his own world. No offense to him. Okay, then. That's shady, right? That's shady. That's still the father of her children. And yes, the father of many other children as well. Many, many other children. All right, in other wacky news, Cardi B reveals that or maybe not recently, but fairly recently, she didn't specify the time frame, but she had a butt reduction surgery. She previously had a BBL, and then her BBL got too big, and she got butt reduction surgery. She said this on that Call Her Daddy podcast because the topic of conversation came up of her pierced butt crack. I don't want to show you the photo just in case, because you know, I don't want any trouble on YouTube, but use your imagination. Cardi B got her literal butt crack pierced. What's it called? Like a dermal piercing through the dermis, through the skin. She got her butt crack pierced. And she said it didn't hurt. It didn't hurt, but I'm not going to recommend it to people because I had surgery. I had surgery on my butt. You know, sometimes people say that my butt is too big, but they don't understand. They already did a butt surgery to reduce my ass. According to Cardi, because the skin on the top of her butt was numb, she didn't feel anything when she got it pierced. She said, so, you know, like when people do a tummy tuck in your stomach, I practically did a tummy tuck on my ass, like on top, so I could remove some biopolymers. What's biopolymers? What? Biopolymers are large molecules produced by living organisms from biological sources like starch, proteins, and cellulose, forming the basis of many Does she mean like skin tags or like growths? Is that what she's talking about? I think that's what she's talking about, right? Whatever. Anyways, she said, I practically did a tummy tuck on my ass, like on top, so I could remove some biopolymers. So like the top of my ass, like that skin part is like numb, like a tummy tuck. So when I pierced my ass, I ain't felt Okay. Cardi was not done. She said, I look at myself in the mirror and it's like, I really wouldn't change a thing. Maybe I would like my butt to be smaller, but it's like I said, it's really hard for my butt to be smaller. I already did a reduction. And people be like, well, you need to reduce your butt more. And it's like, I think you guys think that people just plug something inside my a-hole and just suck it out. It's not that easy. Cardi pointed out that she would need to literally sit on a table, get cut from the bottom, get cut from the top, and be embarrassed for like 3 months if she wanted to do the procedure again. However, she refuses to put herself through it just because of some hate comments about her body from strangers online. Quote, so it's like, I'm not going to put myself in that position again because you don't like my body. I'm comfortable. I learned to live with it. I don't get no complaints from nobody. And it is what it is. I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her. Speaking of musicians, congratulations to Rihanna. Ooh, na, what's my name? The singer announced today the birth of her third child. Yes, her first girl. Rihanna and her baby daddy, A$AP Rocky, have 2 boys. And this little bundle of joy was born September 13th. Her name is Rocky Irish Mayers. Rocky Irish Mayers. I've got to look up the name of her boys now. I think one of them is called RZA, right? RZA, and the other one is called, no, wait a minute. Is it RZA? Where are the names? Personal life. Rihanna sons. Here we go. RZA and Riot. Riot. Wow, that's a cool name. Riot. Rocky? No. RZA and Riot. RZA was born May of 2022, and Riot was born in 2023. She's been busy. Congratulations to her. Also, Tate McRae announced a new single that's coming out this Friday. It's called Tit for Tat, and it's rumored to be a song on the deluxe, or the rumored deluxe version of her album. I'm really excited because I love Tate McRae, and I think she's grown so much with awareness this year. If this song is a hit, it'll be like massive. Like I want it to be a hit so bad. I hope it's a hit. Tit for Tat. I did hear her song with Morgan Wallen on the radio today. That song's getting radio play. Also, remember Emma Watson, Hermione from Harry Potter? She just sat down for a new interview about why she put her acting career on hold. Crazy to think that she's now 35 years old. Emma Watson is 35, and she explains that it was difficult making friends in Hollywood. Something that she described as bone-breakingly painful. Quote, I was coming to those sets with an expectation that I think I had developed on Harry Potter, which was that the people I worked with were going to be my family and that we were going to be lifelong friends. She quickly found out that people were mostly focused on their career and, quote, I was not of that mindset. She says, it's so unusual to make a set of films for 12 years, and we were a community. And so I took that as an expectation into my other workplaces, and I just got my ass kicked. I really did. She admits that she is not thick-skinned, adding, maybe I wasn't built for those highly competitive environments. It broke me. But in a way, I'm proud that it did, because I guess that means I have something left to break. I have a heart left to break. Aww. All right, in more politics news, did you all see what Donald Trump did with regards to Joe Biden? He replaced the picture of Joe Biden at the White House with a picture of an auto pen. Some people are entertained by that. Oh, he's so funny. I don't want to be entertained by the president. I don't want the president to be funny. Priscilla Presley has been making the rounds promoting her new memoir. I will not be buying that. I will not be supporting that. Hold on. Fudge. I don't even want to talk about it. After everything I read about Priscilla Presley in her daughter's memoir that her granddaughter co-wrote, all right, some TV news. This is very exciting. not a reboot, but a reunion special has been set for Laguna Beach. Although, this is a little weird. They're not doing it on MTV. MTV passed. And the show is bringing back the entire original cast, including Lauren Conrad. It's being produced by Lauren Conrad, Kristen Cavallari, and Stephen Coletti. But it's going to air on Roku. Why did MTV pass on that? I'm coming clean. Oh, sorry, I'm not well. I'm even worse than yesterday. Very sketch. Although, I found out about this morning, and I said, you know what? I need to host this. But apparently, they've already got a host for the reunion special. I would have slayed that. My audience is the Laguna Beach the Hills audience. I would have been perfect for that, but whatever. Oh well. That movie Weapons was very successful this year, and there's going to be a spin-off. Aunt Gladys is getting her own prequel movie. Cool. Actually, speaking of MTV, I saw this also. Nobody's watching MTV. I mean, they still have Jersey Shore Family Reunion, right? They just canceled Catfish after 9 seasons. But they are letting the producers shop the show elsewhere. I've never seen a single episode of Catfish. Don't care. All right, back to Jimmy Kimmel. We're going to be talking Jimmy Kimmel now. Roseanne Barr. Some parallels to Jimmy Kimmel, but not too many. Jimmy Kimmel, employed by ABC. Roseanne used to be employed by ABC until she compared former White House advisor Valerie Jarrett, saying that she looked like a combo of Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes. When called out for the racist remark, she argued Muslims are not a race. She later apologized, Roseanne saying, I apologize to Valerie Jarrett and to all Americans. I am truly sorry for making a bad joke about her politics and her looks. I should have known better. Forgive me, the joke was in bad taste. She also claimed that Valerie was white. She thought Valerie was white. Despite strong ratings back so quickly, Roseanne is furious over what she's calling a double standard. Quote, it just shows how they think. I got my whole life ruined, no forgiveness, all of my work stolen, and called a racist for time and eternity for racially misgendering someone. It's a double standard. For reference, this is what Valerie Jarrett looks like. Roseanne continued saying, specifically about Jimmy Kimmel, quote, he called me a racist, even though I said repeatedly, which they censored, that it was a mistake. I thought that the woman was a white woman from Iran. Kimmel called me a racist, even though he himself had appeared in blackface on their network many times. That's not true. He did that on Comedy Central, not on ABC. But hey, I've said this repeatedly. I've said this repeatedly on this show. I'm not a fan of canceling people. I think, like, even regular people, I've said, we're too quick to fire folks. Bench somebody, like ABC just did, thankfully, and not fired Jimmy Kimmel. So is it a double standard? The times have changed, hopefully for the better. Hopefully we're less quick to cancel somebody. And yeah, hopefully we're more understanding of each other. That would be nice. And a pipe dream. And hopefully you all check out my new merch that I dropped at buypopstuff.com. Buypopstuff.com. Also, make sure you stay informed and entertained and get an exclusive podcast a week from me and Booker on our Patreon at patreon.com/Perez Hilton. And if you want a personalized video from me, get one on the Cameo website at cameo.com/Perez Hilton. And if you watched until the very end, say love. Say love in the comments section. We need more of that. Say love in the comments section. Thoughts on anything and everything that we discussed. Let's get into it. I will be responding to comments. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Make sure you also hit that like button, share the video, and see you guys tomorrow at 7:15 p.m. Eastern, 4:15 Pacific. Bye.